December 6th, guys. Christmas is coming, and so is price, guys. Let's get this thing started. Woohoo! All right, guys, how we doing today? How are we doing? Let's get the browser set up, because I'm terrible at doing that before the show. Why not, guys? Why not? Why should it be easy for us? There we go. Boom. We got price, guys. How are we doing today? Today is Thursday, December the 6th, 2018, guys. We're almost done with the work week. And that means that you guys can come on in for the weekend and watch the prices plummet just a little bit more on your favorite altcoin portfolios, guys. Hey, all joking aside, I hope you guys are being safe out there. I hope you guys aren't making irrational trading decisions. And pretty much the only rational trading decision right now is to short everything in sight, as you guys well know. So let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. Hopefully everything is fine. Looks like I need to reposition everything a little bit. I wonder how that got like that. That's weird. Okay, cool. Whatever, I'll take it. Somebody must have came in and messed with my OBS while I was asleep. How dare they? How dare they? All right, so let's just look at what we know. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me just oh shoot. See what happens when I try to fix things? Highly professional. Highly professional, guys. This is the level of professionalism you've come to know and love here, guys. There we go. Okay, cool. I don't know what happened. All this was just fine last night when I was messing around with it a little bit. I didn't even do anything sweet upgradey. All I did was kind of make that, there we go. There we go. I think that's better. All I did was put that, what do you call it? That significant trade sticker. All I did was make that a little easier to see so that it's not covering up the chat. All right, cool. Well, if you guys are still with me, that means you guys are going to be owning a whole lot of Bitcoin coming up here soon following this channel. All right, fantastic. So let's take a look at what we got going on, guys. Very little news to go over this morning. I didn't really have time. Been looking at price too much because that's what's really interesting right now, if you think so. So here's what we got. Here's what's going on. Here's what we know. What happened yesterday? Well, yesterday's candle close was the lowest full body close that we have had all year. Not a great thing to see, guys. Not a great thing to see. Ripple a little different. You know, Ethereum the same thing, but BTC and Ethereum, the lowest full bottle candy closes. The lowest full body candle closes that we've had all year long, and that is not a terrific thing. And as we can see, we are setting up for another new all-time low candle body close today on this chart. Able to catch a nice little knife-catching long from this order block where I was expecting a little bit of a bounce up to the previous order block. Was able to catch that, although pretty massive wicking. If we go over here and look at the bit, can see the pretty sick wick that would have kicked a lot of people out of the trade. Well, unfortunately, massive risk taker that I am, I don't like to use hard stops. So I was okay. So shout out to everybody that did okay last night on that particular trade. Now, I do just want to point something out, guys, that in a bear market, the safest thing to do is to not counter trend trade. Counter trend trading is highly risky, but it's there for those of us who day trade. So generally, the safest thing to do is to look for opportunities to go short, and good shorting opportunities would have been fairly clear here on this little beautiful BitMEX chart. So we've got this down sloping resistance that we are just completely unable to break away from. And where is a great place to enter into a short? Well, right around there, and it would have played out quite well for you. Had this nice little pump back into the previous order block, and that would have been a good opportunity to go short from. Now, let's talk about where we're at. Let's go to the Bitstamp chart and look at the weekly and throw on log just so we can get our long-term view. So what are we seeing here, guys? Yes, something that we have been talking about for a while. The weekly candle is now below the logarithmic 2015 trend line, guys. That does not bode well for Bitcoin. Now, we have not closed the daily below it yet, so we've got about 7 hours to do that. But this is not looking good. Unless we see a pretty significant rally here, unless we see some pretty significant bullish volume come in, I don't think it's going to happen. We just saw a pretty massive amount of bullish volume come in. If you guys were watching that significant trade sticker or watching the BitMEX chart, or watching anything that's going to tell you what price is right now. We had that right about here. We had a very significant amount of buying, and it just got absolutely crushed. Just got absolutely crushed, guys. Nothing whatsoever. A lot of liquidated longs, I assume, right in that area. But you can see the point of them trying to buy up that area. They're assuming the bottom of the order block. They're trying to pick up on Wick City right here. And maybe their risk tolerance is right. We'll see how it plays out for them. So let's go back over to the Bitstamp chart. So look at some interesting things, guys. So looking at the weekly again, All right, so here's the thing. Here's the skinny, guys. You got this really big, significant bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. Doesn't look any prettier. In fact, it even looks more nasty because now we have thrown off the wick at the bottom. We are about to actually potentially looking at trading the week. We've got 4 days left to close the weekly. So about 3.5, including today, actually. But we're going to trade below the tweezer bottom double weekly chart that we just pulled in the last 2 weeks, and that's not a good sign at all to just have this extremely very weak rally and then a fully bearish engulfing candle that just really absolutely just eats any of that progress and gain that we made back up, guys. This is not looking good for BTC to the upside, at least in the short term. Now, obviously, this doesn't change anything fundamentally about what I believe in Bitcoin. I fully expect it to make that nice recovery eventually at some point in time in the future. And again, I'll say it again for the 19,000th time that I've said on this channel. If you are not a professional trader, if you are not an experienced trader, you're just a recreational trader, and you're looking at what to do with your long-term Bitcoin holdings, again, if you sell at this level, you're a tool. Now, we could go all the way down to 1900, and I'll say the exact same thing, and I'll be saying the exact same thing that we were saying back in 2016. advising people to buy BTC when it was extremely low, and people were telling us we were crazy. And so I'll take that same counterintuitive position again at this point in time with BTC. Again, you guys do whatever the hell you want to do, you know what I mean? You're not paying me for financial advice. But the point is, I'm going to continue to accumulate BTC on the way down, as institutions are doing. So I'm going to follow institutions, not what panicked retail traders or shit posters on crypto Twitter are telling you to do, because they don't know a goddamn thing. And the only thing crypto Twitter was ever good for was looking for what shit coins are going to be pumped during the bull market, because that's all they were good at, is getting paid from ICOs and shitty projects and pumping shit up on crypto Twitter. Most of those people don't know a goddamn thing. There's a few people that I respect, but I prefer to follow the people that actually are not traders on crypto Twitter. I prefer to follow, because all the good traders, I don't like what they do. I respect Chart Vampire. I respect Trading Room. I respect, let me think of some other people on there. All the other, pretty big chartists on crypto Twitter. They're all good. Okay. I'm not saying they're bad, but I don't look at what other traders are doing to influence my decision, because then that gets in your head and it gives you, I don't know. It gives you it gives you too much noise. It gives you too much noise when you respect somebody. When you respect somebody as a chartist and you're looking at what they're doing, well, that starts to influence your decisions, and you don't want other traders to influence your decisions. Now, slightly different from if you're a novice trader and you're looking for a mentor to help guide you out. That's a little bit different, because you always are going to have your mind and mentality and your trading strategy shaped by preferably either your own research, so that you can see exactly from professionals or people who have been experienced in the space, the way that they approach the trading space and the way that they look at doing things. But if you are an experienced trader and you're feeling uncertain about a trade, well, then you just need to cool off, take a break from trading, go back to basics, revisit your strategy, and just paper trade for a while. And then when you feel confident, you can step back into the fray. Learning to deal with uncomfortableness in trading is the psychological aspect of trading, and one of the things that is the biggest struggle for people. Learning a trading strategy, whether you're going to do the basics, Bollinger Band, RSI, MACD, divergence, blah blah blah. Then you start to get a little bit more advanced. You're looking at sentiment, you're looking at ATR, you're looking at pivot points, you're looking at horizontal support and resistance. Then you're looking at order flow. So you just start piling on the complications. You're looking at Google search trends. All that's actually relatively easy, as long as you stick to a strategy and maintain it. But when you start to deviate from your strategy and you start making adjustments to your strategy because you feel that your strategy isn't working, that's called the death spiral of trading, because you start making little changes to your strategy, little changes to your strategy, little changes to your strategy. And by the time that you're done making all these changes to your strategy, you end up with this zombie trading strategy that has no relevance or correlation or foundation to what you originally started with. And all you're doing is just gambling now. So I don't like to gamble. Again, I know it can be stressful and difficult when people are coming across situations where they feel uncertain. And again, that's just a time in the market where you need to step back, collect yourself, paper trade for a while, and revisit your strategy and make sure that you're implementing it securely. Now, if you want to make a fundamental shift to your strategy, that's okay, as long as you're implementing it systematically across time and space. Little changes here and there, that's not going to work out for the most part. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be dynamic, but all right, so here's the big picture, guys. Trading range, 44, 21, 35, 42. Are we below 35, 42 yet? No. 35, 68 and creeping closer to it. That's absolutely fine, but I'm not going to get panicked. I'm not going to freak out. Now, most likely, I think we're going to continue to go down, but if we look at the daily chart, would not rule out a little bit of a movement here. We have this pretty significant supply zone. Now, one way to look at this is to think that, is that buyers were buying this up. Let's go over to, so one way to think about this is that buyers were buying this up pretty much a week in a row, 4 buys right there. And that this is going to be now a weak supply, or this is going to be a weak demand zone. Now, that is one way to look at it. I don't think so. I think that you would have to probably retest the demand zone probably at least a couple times before you're confident that it's going to that it's weak and it's going to break. Now, is there the potential for it to break? Absolutely. Looking at our downside potential, again, 3350 looming, coming next to us. Again, the only area that I could see justifiably, and I think it would be a smart thing to do. Let's see here. is to have buys stationed throughout this little order block area right here. See if you can't catch, you know, a wicked knife catching long, either back up to the order block or just somewhere in this area, maybe back up to retest the logarithmic trend line, although that's starting to look a little bit, hairy. But breakdown of this order block would be pretty much an immediate reversal into the short side down to 33.50. So to me, that's a fairly low risk trade that you're able to take. Is it a counter trend trade? Yes, absolutely. Is it a knife catching trade? Yes, absolutely. But home of the counter trend knife catching trades right here. But if you want to be more conservative in your approach, you don't take that long. You wait for an opportunity for price to actually make that little bit of a rally, a little bit of a bounce, and then you look to enter into a short as price is going up. Again, guys, you want to go long on red and short on green. And I know this is it's counterintuitive, but it's one of the most important things that you're going to learn to trade when you're actually looking to capture the most profit. Yeah, because right now you've got pretty clear areas for you would want to set your stop if you were going to enter into a long around this order block. Pretty much right here, 34.74, or maybe a little bit below 34.62, 34.60 region, and that gives you a good $120 range. If you're wrong and you err right there, you can wait for, I'd probably say in this case, a 4-hour candle body close below your stop loss, or you know, if you wanted to play it real tight, at least an hourly candle body close below your stop loss, and then you can go ahead and target that 35.50 region right there. Now, the next true area of support. Now, why 35.50? Why 35.50? Well, let's talk about it. All right, let's take off logarithmic and let's pull out linear and let's pull this baby down and let's talk about support and resistance here, guys. Let's talk about support and resistance and how I approach it. Now, resistance turns into support, resistance turns into support, support turns into resistance. So when we are moving up in an uptrend and we see a pullback, we are looking for previous resistance that has been broken through to act as support. Why? Because that is now a interesting area where traders are going to want to be entering, because most traders are breakout traders. So you're going to see the most amount of volume. So let's look at this movement right here. So right here, you have a little bit of sideways consolidation, you have a pullback, and then you have a movement upward, and you're able to establish right here, you're able to establish resistance, is what this is. Now, what I'm doing and what most traders are doing is they're waiting for price to have a pullback from that resistance, and then once price breaks through that resistance, there's 2 ways to enter. Well, 3 ways really to price yourself into a breakout. You can buy the pullback on an uptrend, but that's really a little bit different. That's buying pullbacks on an uptrend, and there's many strategies to do that, whether you're using Ichimoku or RSI or a moving average strategy or VWAP or ATR trailing stops or chandelier stops as they're more commonly known. But when you're looking to just get a breakout trade, you can either A, aggressively market enter on the actual breakout itself, which is generally what I like to do with something as volatile as cryptocurrency. Alternatively, what you can do is wait for the pullback and then buy the pullback. Generally, the pullback is going to be at least a 236, sometimes a 382 to 618 is your common retrace zone right there. On this particular breakout, that's exactly what happened. Price broke to the upside. You could have aggressively marketed bought it there, and that would have been absolutely fine. You would have been able to capture all that. Or you could have actually waited for the little baby pullback. And again, this is a daily chart, so you would have had a nice 48 hours there to price yourself into this breakout, and then you would have been able to capture this. About a 25% movement to the upside. Okay, so we're looking for these areas when price is coming back down, and look what happened. Look, when price comes back down, it goes a little bit below it, but this zone right here becomes support, and we bounce off of it and move to the upside. Now, this is a little bit extreme. So again, when you're dealing with this is why I don't like to use hard stops with something as volatile as cryptocurrency, and I know that a lot of people chide me on that, and that's okay, because when you're dealing with something as risky as cryptocurrency, man, like you can't, this stuff isn't stocks, dude. This is not highly liquid, regular traditional stocks or ETFs, guys. And if you try to trade this shit like regular traditional stocks or ETFs, you're just going to get wrecked, dude. Because again, a lot of people chide me and they're like, oh, well, sometimes you like have, you do what you get, you take losses and that's fine. I'm like, that's fine, dude. Like, look at my, if you look at my, let's pull up this real quick, just so I can talk about my strategy. Okay, I get stopped out quite a bit, and I don't know anybody who doesn't and is legitimately honest. So here's week one. Have not closed out week one. Obviously, we've got 1 day left for us to close out. Now, total P&L for the total amount of trades taken is 155%. And look at all the stops that I take. And some of them are kind of hefty, dude. Like there's a 6.78% loss. There's a 9.8% loss. There's multiple 3s, 4s. I try to keep it small. But that's okay because I'm looking for the big winners like Salt, Mana, nice XBT trade last night. A nice BCH Z18 short that we caught last night. That's okay. Let's see here. Guppy, we took a nice little break trade on there. There's a XBT right there. So I don't know anybody who's legitimately honest that tells you that they trade for a living and they don't get stopped out a lot. That's what I dislike, and that's why I started cracking cryptocurrency, at least the Discord, is because I saw what everybody was trying to shill on Twitter, and I saw what everybody was trying to shill on Telegram, and I'm like, listen, I've been doing this for a goddamn decade, dude, and you guys are full of shit, because I've been trading cryptocurrency since 2016, and I know damn well that you motherfuckers are absolutely fraudulent in what you're telling people, that every trade fucking works out and our members never miss out on you guys are full of shit, dude, and if you guys fall for that, you're gonna get what you deserve, man. Listen, I get stopped out frequently, and that's okay, because this market is fucking crazy, and if you're gonna have any kind of risk management strategy, you're either gonna have to A, suffer a lot of drawdown, or B, get stopped out a whole bunch. So when I'm putting out signals for the people, especially the members, I try to split the baby in being uncomfortable with letting them suffer drawdown, because the decisions that I make for my own trading portfolio are my own trading portfolio, and I just, and again, it's supposed to be advice, guys. Again, you want to teach people to fish. I'm not a goddamn fish shop, but we're doing great, man. I want to give a shout out to all the members who have joined us in the VIP, man. You guys are fucking fantastic, dude, and I like spending my day with you guys. You guys are pretty awesome, dude. So anyway, so support and resistance. So when we're looking for price to come back, we're looking for these areas that have acted as resistance in the past, guys. And here's the unfortunate thing, guys. If we look at this area right here, which is what we're looking at for price right now, look at where we're at with price. Look where we're at with price. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So look where we're at with price, and let's scroll over here and see what we're looking at, guys. So this is not fairly strong. Look at this. This is just pretty much chop, guys. There's one, two, maybe 3 points of resistance right here. And then nothing really until down here, guys. And again, this is linear. So I'm looking at linear right now. So, yeah, this is, it's not looking good for linear support right here, guys. Very, very weak sauce volume. So what's the next significant area of support? Well, it's 2,900, guys. We've been saying that for a while now. Why do I have 3,350 on the chart? Why do I have 3,350, you might ask? Okay, well, let's go look. Let's do something here. Horizontal line and 33. Come on, baby, don't rickroll me. Fuck. That'll work. Okay, now we can delete that and that line. Oh, darn it. Ah! All right, so 3350. So we'll just do this. Beautiful. All right, so why do I have 3350 on here? Well, look at where it is over here. We have a little baby bitch area of consolidation and an area where price kind of generally respects it on the return. Okay, so this is pretty much that area we were just talking about, and it's also an HVN. So there was a significant amount of volume transacted here, and you can see it's an accumulation area. So it's not a distribution area. So it's an area where there were a lot of position buyers. So it is a time historically that there was a large interest in buying relative to the zones around it. Right here, low volume node. Right here and here, low volume nodes. And then again, so that's really, again, I'll be honest with you, it's baby bitch support, man. Below that, you're not really, look at here, look at where the HVN starts, 2,900, guys. And the HVN runs from 2,900 down to about 2,180. And we see that. We see this fairly intense consolidation area where we've got a lot of chop. Price is moving down, price moves up, forms a little bit of a symmetrical triangle. Actually, you could say that's more like a bull flag kind of symmetrical triangle. I prefer it better. And a symmetrical triangle is a chart neutral pattern, meaning it is generally a continuation pattern that continues the underlying trend. In this case, the underlying trend was bullish. So we continue on to the upside. And again, very easy ways to measure that out. So that's a 57% movement up. So you just measure up 57% from the breakout. And that's actually goddamn exactly where you went on this linear chart. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. You form a flagpole right here. Top to the bottom of that flagpole is, say, call it 59%, say 60. And then you just measure from the area of the breakout. And you can call it whatever you want. A pennant. You can call it a pennant. You can call it a symmetrical triangle. It doesn't matter. Why? Because the measured move is going to be the same. So there you go. Bam. And then you get your breakout right here. There's another way to validate a breakout, guys. Another way to validate a breakout. And what you do is you look at the previous high. Let's pull out a horizontal line here and turn on magnet mode. So you look at, if you're looking at a pattern right here and you want confirmation of a breakout, well, you just chart a horizontal line at the peak of your local high. Okay, and once you break above that and close above that, that's a confirmed breakout, guys. So now, if we measured our flagpole, what was that? That was, what did we say it was? About 60%? Yeah, about 60%. Let's turn off magnet mode. So now we can measure from our breakout right here. And we get 52%. We go higher though. So we do get that 59% eventually. If we measure a little bit more conservatively from where you would call the full candle body close breakout. So to do that, we'd actually have to pull that down just like that. Okay. If you measured from there, then you get closer to that. Yeah, you get that 56%. So the measured move is pretty good. And it does hit, although you do have a little bit of pullback there. So just a little FYI, education knowledge corner section here, guys. So yeah, what do we see here? We see 2,900, guys. 2,900 is where we see support. And then we're going to enter in an area chop. Do I expect that price is just going to boom take off from 2,900? No, I don't. I think price is going to go down to 2,900, slip down below 2,900. And unfortunately, it sucks because these margins are going to have to be large as hell. But we're probably going to be transacting within this order block, guys. So let's look at where this order block is. So it's a big order block. So let's just take the recent. Let's just look at the recent order block, and that's going to give us. It's going to give us a little bit of wiggle room here, guys. Okay. So we're going to have an order block from 2,900 to 2,660. Okay, give or take. All right. So 3,350, last little baby area of support. I would expect, again, you know, it's not a bad idea to have scalp longs here, you know, just looking for like 5 to 10% with leverage. Again, that's counter trend trading and higher risk, but that's okay. Guys, there's nothing. There's nothing. If we go look over here, guys, there's nothing. There's nothing from 3,350 down to 2,900. It's just an absolute gap zone. We can see that right here. So, as I've been saying, you get what you deserve in trading, guys. And when you just zoom up past an area, you're going to zoom right down through it. And we've seen that every time right here, every time Bitcoin has tested a gap trade area, we just zoom right back down through it. So, again, a break of 3,350, it closed below that, going down to 2,900. And then I do have areas of support here that I've charted out based on volume, 2,704, 2,502. And so that's going to be, if we actually chart out that order block that we're going to fall into. It's a large order block from 2,900 to 2,660. Okay, 2,704 would act as a significant point in there. You could use 2,502 as your stop loss, I guess, if you wanted to go long from that area. However, I'd just wait, guys. I'd wait and potentially take breakout trades unless you're day trading, and then in which case you can scalp and you can look at areas like that. Now, do I think, let's look right here. So we've got, so if we're looking at Bitstamp on the daily here, we weren't actually able to fall down below the trading range and into this lowest area of order block that I've got, which is really, I've just charted that out as Wick City. So this would have been a fantastic place, I think, to potentially enter into a long. Again, I think that we're probably going to see, I don't think we're going to crash right down through here. Again, this is a fairly strong area of demand. And so I think we're going to see a little bit of a movement here. I'm not sure. In fact, I'm doubtful that it's going to be sustained. Again, I am biased to think that Bitcoin looks bullish here, but I've got to just put that shit aside because it's not all about me. And I've got to make smart, rational decisions for everybody else and recommend the trades that I think have the highest probability for success. So counter trend longs in this particular situation do not statistically have the highest amount of success. So even if we bounce here, that's okay. Don't get FOMO'd in, guys. We've got strong resistance here. Look at this. So this is the 4-hour chart, and I just wanted to show you guys this descending triangle pattern formation. Now, again, I'll say this for the 90th time as well. I don't really ascribe. Now there are, I know, because people are like, oh, you fucking contradict yourself a lot. No, I don't. It's just nuance, guys. Now, when you're looking at trend lines, guys, there are some people, and I respect them, who trade very specific particular rules. So only wicks, only full body candle closes, and that's absolutely fine, guys. Typically, I prefer to follow the latter rule. So I like to respect full body candle closes. So let me just adjust that for the sake of this. And you can actually see that that's typically, if you pay attention, that's typically how I work. And the reason that I do that, now, if we were trading a more liquid market, if we were trading traditional stocks, then the idea of strict rules is more important. And the reason why is because that's a legitimate strategy of trading when you're trading chart patterns. But in a market as illiquid as Bitcoin, in a market as absolutely fucking fanatical as BitMEX, for example, or Deribit or Bits, or really anything, that shit's going to get you wrecked, man. That shit's going to get you, because there's very little rhyme or reason to the obsessive licking, man. There are institutional traders who are trading this shit with a strategy. There are very good traders who are trading this shit with a strategy, but there's 90 million goddamn retail traders who are just saying like, oh my god, buy this shit, man. So yeah, dude, just chill out, man. Trading is, if you take trading too seriously, man, you just gotta listen. Winning mindset, man. Set it and forget it. Relax. Walk away. Don't doubt your strategy. Come back. If you got stopped out, that's cool. You shrug it off. You look to re-enter. If your take profits got hit, you smile. You move on, guys. Winning mindset strategy, guys. The most successful traders I know don't fucking sit all. I don't sit all day and stare at the charts. I stare at the charts for probably about. I mean, honestly, like lately, it's been like 4 to 6 hours a day because I'm looking at so many markets. And because I'm trying to keep the member section rolling, but for my own personal trading, like when I'm looking at my personal trade setups, I look at my chart, I analyze it, I don't move my lines a whole lot, and then I set it and I forget it, guys. I set where I'm interested in a stop loss. It's a mental stop. I'll set it on my phone. If it hits, I'll come back and look at it and be like, you guys just got to have that winning mindset, man. The mindset of abundance, I've also heard it referred to, so that's pretty good stuff if you guys check that out. Now, so we've wicked off the lower order block area, but we did break down below the descending triangle, and I think we're going to come up and retest this area. So we're going to see what happens here at the end of this 4-hour candle body close, to see if we can actually get back up into the descending triangle. If that happens, I'll be a little bullish actually for a little bit of consolidation in this order block area and potentially a movement back up to this higher order block around 3,800, looking at just Bitcoin on Bitstamp. But again, I'm more biased to think that bounce will probably not be as short-lived. I really need to see some volume come in to confirm it, and I'm not seeing that whatsoever. In fact, the little bit of volume that I have seen come in, like for example here on BitMEX, has been absolutely smashed out. Now, if we look over here on BitMEX, it does look a little bit more positive. We do see a little bit more buying, but again, I don't recommend taking a risky counter trend trade. Again, I would look to see, is it potential that we actually do bounce from here? Yeah. I think we could bounce from here and move up about 5 to 6% because I want to see this. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, a fifth test on this descending trend line, guys, that has acted as resistance, guys. And that at this point is going to be congruent with now coming back up to test. It would put us back up into that previous order block area and the candle body resistance area of that descending triangle pattern formation. As you can see here, I've got the red line that is supposed to represent that descending triangle pattern formation here on BitMEX. So that would be a fake breakdown and a movement back up, but probably a fake out to people that were trying to go short, a better entrance for the actual shorted positions. And then so looking for a potential short entry around 3,700, potentially even as high if we get a little bit of a fake break up at 3,780. So 3,700 to 3,880, 3,700 to 3,800, I think would be good areas for looking to enter into a short if you've been missing out so far, guys. Now, if you want to take that counter trend knife catching long back up to those areas, that's fine. But I think you're going to suffer some drawdown, and I'm not sure the R to R is worth it. So say you entered here. And say you're going to be targeting these areas, well, where could you possibly set your stop? Well, if you're worried about getting wicked out, you've got to set it pretty low. And if you set it really low, I mean, yeah, sure, you could set it there and do like a 4x 1-to-1, 1.53 type trade. Nothing wrong with that, but just realize that it's got a high potential to just get stopped out on you guys. This is BitMEX that we're talking about, guys. So measured move, let's say that's legitimate. I'm actually going to prefer this one. A measured move would be 767. So a breakdown to the downside would be 767, and that's going to put us right here at the top of that order block. So 2843 on MEX. $28.43 on MEX. And yeah, we've got that very, and I understand, yes, look, but look, you got to look at what we're dealing with here on Mr. BitMEX. So this order block will get fleshed out as we get down to those lower areas, guys. But it seems right now, looking at the BitMEX chart here. It seems right now that we're entering into a gap trade area, guys. Nothing here in between us. And look, that measured move of 28.43, where does it put us? Right at support, guys, right at support. And then now I actually feel confident with drawing out this order block area right there. And now it will be slightly less amorphous. So now we've got defined variables and ranges there on our order block. So that's 28.58 to 23.80. So a little bit different. Again, there is price differentiation. If we look at where that order block here is on Bitstamp, it's 28.89 to 26.54. So a little bit of variation, a little less extreme. There is a little bit more support here on Bitstamp and less on BitMEX as well. So we'll just see how we play out. Now, let's go pick on, actually, I want to look at the futures. Let's look at CME, CME futures. And let's look at the 4-hour chart. Not looking fantastic, guys. This is actually looking very significantly like a breakdown. I mean, obviously, it's looking like we see on our other on Bitstamp, excuse me, and BitMEX. We have a little bit of a descending triangle pattern formation here. Let's be a little bit more honest with that. Yep. And that's looking to get broke right here. Let's see, where can we extend that back and get any confluence whatsoever? No, not really. I think that's pretty much bullshit, guys. I don't know what that was, but need to take a drink. So, looking here at our CME futures, we see the exact same thing. Potential measured move of this triangle break to the downside. That's going to be 16%. So CME futures potential downside 17%. 17%. So that's going to put us at 29.76 on CME. Okay, so a lot of downside potential here for the shorts. Now, we'll see the new commitment of traders report when that does come out tomorrow, so we'll be interested to take a look at that bad boy. Yeah, and you've got not looking good here for CME. I don't see any of the volume. Look, you see that same thing. You see that like knife catching counter trend trade right here. You see that potential hammer candle, but it just gets blasted into oblivion. That's not good, guys. When you see a hammer candle form and then it just gets blasted into oblivion on the next candle down, that means that hammer candle was bullshit and you're looking at liquidated longs. So, and that's probably what we're seeing on CME right here. In fact, that's probably retail traders, and this is institutions just saying, nope, moving on down, Sally, moving on down. So, not looking fantastic for us on CME. Let's go take a look at... Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum obviously looking like shit, pretty much has just thrown itself off of a cliff. We do have some interesting areas that are coming up. So looking at Ethereum on the daily, we did break down from both lowered support levels that I had talked about right here. Boom. We broke down below that yesterday. And we closed below it, so we do have the actual lowest the lowest yearly close, a full body candle close on Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. Not looking fantastic. When that happens, you look to go down. Now, we are coming up on that $95 area that I've been talking about for a while, and the order block extends from $87 to $95. A break below that, guys, that we're most likely going to $50, but looking to see a little bit of sideways consolidation here when we hit this order block, as is natural. We do have a little bit of consolidation in this area. If we go back and look back to May of 2017, there actually was a fairly significant period of consolidation. There was from May the 4th to so about 2 weeks of consolidation, almost 3 weeks of consolidation right here in this area, and then we actually get the breakout right here. So yeah, you have the exact same thing that we were looking at, very congruent with what we were looking at here. So boom, you have this bearish. You have this, bullish bull flag / pennant / whatever the fuck you want to call it. The measured move is the same because you're measuring the flagpole. And that's an 85% movement to the upside. And what do you get? Well, there's a couple different ways to measure it. Let's turn on magnet mode and get a horizontal line for this bitch. And again, I apologize for the swearing. This is supposed to be a family-friendly show. I know we're supposed to have an agreement, guys, that you can watch the show if you got the kids laying around. So I'm sorry, guys. I will do better. And yeah, obviously that would have played out. Obviously, Ethereum did continue to go much higher, but look here, this is fairly significant. So you get that 85% movement up. You go a little bit higher, and then you get a big pullback, guys. So that would have been a great measured move for the long position there off that bull flag. And it's going to be a while before we see those things again. Now, Ethereum, I don't have any faith whatsoever in. I'm sorry. I know that's a non-popular opinion among the crypto fanatics, but I think Ethereum is shit. I think it's always been shit, and I think it's a hype coin. We'll see. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. Doesn't mean that at all. But Bitcoin, I have faith in. Bitcoin's really the only thing I have faith in. But that's not to say there aren't projects that interest me. So I know that makes me unpopular. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I trade for a living. I don't need your support or money. But no, don't take that the wrong way. I do appreciate you guys coming to the stream and supporting the stream because I like being here with you guys live every single morning so I can offer you my, at times, unpopular opinion. So Ethereum, yeah, just looking like absolute shit. Looking for a little bit of consolidation when we hit this order block area again. Seems like I must have deleted that line. So we'll put that right there. $87 to $98, give or take. So $95 would be kind of the median line right there. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Here we go. Yeah, why not? I'll accept it. Okay, so I think Ethereum, you're pretty safe in your goddamn short. I took a knife-catching counter-trend trade on Ethereum last night. Did not play out. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is because this is the home of the knife-catching. So what I'm going to look for now is an opportunity to re-enter my short. This doesn't look like a bad position to enter it into it as well. But I'd be, yeah, look at that massive spike of you see here, the exact same thing. Retail traders attempting to go long to buy this dip down in Wick City, but they just get smashed into oblivion. So really good area to enter into a short on Ethereum right here. You see this bearish volume absolutely confirm the breakdown. Yet now you have the breakdown from the lowest level of support right here. Potentially look for, again, like sometimes it's tricky to enter into shorts on red, but this does legitimately look like breakdown volume for me. If you wanted to be like conservative, you could wait for maybe a potential bounce back up. But if we look at the 30-minute chart, it kind of looks like we already see that. We see that breakdown on yeah, look at this like buying volume, and it's getting just absolutely crushed, guys. This looks like absolute breakdown to me. 30-minute chart, you do see people attempting to knife catch right here. Unfortunately, last night that was me right here, and then got wicked out. Or wait, here, where were we? Yeah, got wicked out at 100. Entered at 102. Got stopped out at 100. Glad I did because I missed that drawdown, and we wouldn't even hit my. We wouldn't really even hit my targets. Of course, BitMEX is a little bit different. If we go look at the BitMEX chart for Mr. Ethereum, because BitMEX is following Bitcoin, not Ethereum USD, so it's a Quanto swap contract, guys. My chart for Ethereum on BitMEX is a little bit more interesting, guys, and that's because I see more shit here. So we do have that same descending triangle pattern, guys. So a measured move of the descending triangle is going to put us down another 26%. So a breakdown right here is going to put us down another 26%. And where does that put us? Right about that. That's at about $75. So that's interesting. If we go over here to Ethereum and go to the daily chart, do we see any interest? Go over here and look. Let's really pull this baby down. Let's go over and look over at $75. And I don't really think so. I didn't really see anything back here. Again, whoa. Man. It's getting real now. Yeah, any interest in around that range whatsoever? No, I don't see it, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe potentially this. So yeah, we do get a little bit of an indecision candle right here. So maybe that's potentially an area to keep our eye on. But I don't think so. I think that's just BitMEX pointing us in the right direction. So we will be keeping our eye on the $75 area as well. Again, unfortunately, we don't have the same data to go back to with BitMEX, so it's not going to be as clean. So again, we also have to look at the Ethereum BTC chart as well, if we're being honest. So let's update the chart here, so I don't lose any of my drawings, which has been an issue, guys. First TradingView was after me after the wild left price scale, and now they're after me with not saving my drawings, and it's a pain, guys. It's a real pain. So we'll look at Ethereum Bitcoin right here. And let's reset the chart. So I haven't done the Ethereum Bitcoin chart in a while. So this is only going back to July 2017. So I'm actually, I want to look at the Bitfinex chart. Yeah, so we can have a little bit more historical data. Yep, this is fantastic. Good. Awesome. Please, sweet. Thank you, Jesus. All right, now. Let's take a gander here, see. We had, let's see here, support around this HAR region right here. And it seems, I believe, we have broke down from this HAR region right there as well. Yep. And it looks like we're going to break down from this region right here right now, guys. Boom and boom. And yeah, that lower area pretty much should be somewhat strong support, guys. We've got an opportunity there. But look at that. Boom, boom, boom. 3 touches of support. So we've got kind of this order block area right here where we should catch a little bit of support. Below that, guys, it starts to look extremely, extremely ugly for Ethereum Bitcoin. It's pretty much committed suicide. So now we can go over and actually look and see what we got going on here. All right, so we do have this order block area right here that I will be keeping my eye on. Okay, but we don't have anything below us right now, guys. That's where we wick down off, and we do find support right here. That's very nice. We see, boom, we wick down, and we find support off previous resistance. Will that happen again? Not looking like it, guys. Look at this volume. This looks like breakdown volume to me. You have support right here. This does not look like oversold volume to me. I know people are saying that, okay, this was the breakdown volume, and this is oversold volume. No, this actually looks like breakdown volume for me because you do have a little baby bitch support right there as well. So is there a possibility that we get a little bit of a baby bounce here? Potentially, guys. Now, again, I always like to enter into my shorts on green, so you could wait for that little baby bitch bounce and then enter your short at that area. But more than likely, we continue that slow descent down. Here's the cliff that Ethereum just threw itself off of and said, no, Vitalik Buterin plasma will never come, and poof, down we go. So a 0.022, or excuse me, 0.024 to 0.022. Let's just call it, let's split the baby and call it even, guys. So that's the area you want to keep a lookout on for potential consolidation. You've got a little bit of consolidation there. Below that, guys, things start to get extremely ugly and you just enter into chop. Now, do I think it'll be a straight plummet down to this area? No, I don't. I think it's actually going to be pretty consolidation-y, pretty Barty down the way down, guys, like if Bart had his head tilted downwards. So we'll see that. But yeah, the next important area of support is 0.0155, and then below that, 77, guys. So Ethereum looks like crap, looks like it's tanking, guys, but nothing in any way slightly to me whatsoever resembles any kind of area where I want to touch Ethereum Bitcoin whatsoever, except to short it into the garbage where it belongs. Now, is this a falling wedge? I don't know. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So I'm actually expecting this to just get broken down from. Now, we'll see if this reverses right here. If this is the bottom, and this is oversold volume, and then let's see here. Here's where I'd be looking. I'd be looking for this support area that we broke down from, so that's 0.0275. If we break that to the upside, then look, yes, I'll be looking at a potential bounce back up here, maybe an 8% bounce, and I'll be looking to take potentially that knife catching long. That would be fairly congruent with this down sloping resistance and this 55 period moving average on the daily chart. But at the moment right now, not seeing it whatsoever, not expecting it whatsoever, does not look, taste, smell, touch, or feel whatsoever like any kind of position where I want to be taking a long from. So saith the Justin. So moving on, XRP-USD. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. XRP-USD looks like crap, and I'll tell you why, guys, because we drew this chart. Excuse me, yeah, this is XRP-USD looking at the Bitfinex chart, guys, and look where we're coming up on, guys. The last area of support at 32.666 cents, guys, and we've got the flag here for a reason. Why? Because there's nothing here. There's nothing here to stop us. Look, we zoomed through it on the way down, zoomed through it on the way up. Guess what's going to happen on the way back down, guys? Down to 28 cents, 26 cents, guys. So that is a nice opportunity here. That's 15% down, guys. So look at potentially banking your profits on Ripple if you potentially have any, if you were lucky enough to enter into an early area. If you're holding on to this falling knife downwards, guys, God bless you, guys, because we're probably going down much further, guys. I'm just waiting for a daily candle close below this area. and a spike in volume, and we're down, dude. We're going down, and my short is going to be in, guys. In fact, it's probably smart to already have been in your short, but you can also do the safe thing here and wait for maybe a potential bounce, because generally things just don't go straight down, guys. We'll get just a little baby thing here, you know what I mean? Potentially here, let's look and see if we actually do find just a little bit of baby. Maybe up to like 34 cents, 35 cents, 236 to 382. Even potentially, like, I doubt it, but maybe even back up to the previous order block area, maybe the 618, 37 cents, and then just slam it down. Now, if that happens, you'll be primed for a really good entry on your short, but I'd prefer to take this breakout that I'm going to see here any minute now. Just waiting for that lower daily candle body close. Okay. Let's update that. Nothing really changed. XRP BTC, on the other hand, which is what we don't actually want to look at. XRP BTC continues to fly high, because the XRP BTC price will rise when Bitcoin is going down always. But the actual fiat value. So if you're looking to hedge, so here's the strategy, guys. If you're looking to hedge your Bitcoin losses, you're not worried about fiat, you're looking at Bitcoin value. Why? Because one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. Then it would be very prudent for you to begin to move a significant portion, like 25 to 35% of your BTC into XRP to preserve your BTC value in the event that BTC goes down further, which is probably going to happen. Now, why is that a good hedge? Because XRP BTC goes up, meaning your BTC value increases, and if you take that as profit eventually, you'll have more BTC, and then when BTC value goes up, you will have profits. But if you are looking to hedge in fiat value right now, not helpful whatsoever. The only thing that's going to help you is hedging into a stable coin or into fiat. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're concerned with your BTC value, your BTC portfolio, hedging into XRP BTC is quite valid. And it actually looks like we might see a little bit of a break here. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this little baby, let's see here. We'll see how this baby plays out. Now, this right here is either a bullish pennant of the retracement or part of a larger, let's call it a bull flag. Let's call it a bull flag. Why not? It looks like one. So if we measure the flagpole right here, guys, I'm just going to be realistic. So that's 19%. Let's say we break out here. We're looking at another 20%. So we've got a measured move up to 000. So 10,000. So 107,387 Satoshis. Excuse me. So we'll keep our eye on that area. I'm just going to say 107,300. Okay, that seems like a good area to me. So, excuse me, by the way. And where would you be invalidated? Well, you'd pretty much be invalidated here. Pretty much be invalidated there on your XRP BTC position, unless this really goes down. Now, if we just measure from... This looks, I mean, this is the most honest, but it's not really the best. 382, that's a 382 Fibonacci retracement from our previous swing high. Now, if we actually wanted to be honest about this flagpole, God, I don't know if I want to measure here or want to measure here. This is where it gets fucking subjective. But let's just say it's here. That's a 618 retracement. That's about right. That's about beautiful. Right here, which might actually be more honest, it's a 786. So 618, 786, we've got some good confluence right there. So this looks like the area where XRP BTC should pick up. That is actually foreshadowing the fact that BTC will probably go down further. So there's good areas to look for confluence there. And of course, we do have the daily momentum in XRP BTC. So looking at, now let's say this does break. Then you're looking at, well, you've got, well, here you go. You got support. I'm more comfortable with that. Let's move that down a little bit. You've got support at 85,336 Satoshis right there. That's your previous resistance levels right there. You get a double tap right there as resistance before you actually pierce through. So that's your previous breakout point on this particular trade formation. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I like that. bigger, better, sweeter, faster, harder patterns here. And I don't really think so. I think I'm just going to be lying if I try to make a pattern out of this. Doesn't really look like one. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Ooh. Now I don't want to get ahead of my skis, guys. And I don't want to call that a cup and handle pattern. But that was a cup and handle pattern. Yeah, absolutely, that was a cup and handle pattern. Here we have the cup, handle, and then boom. And if we actually look at the measured move for that bad boy, let's be realistic here. Again, sometimes you just gotta filter out the noise, guys. Perfect cup and handle. Perfect cup and handle, measuring from the trout, peak to the trout, the neckline to the bottom. We're going to just leave that out because that's just irrational. The same way we're going to leave this out because that's the tether pump. And yeah, that was a beautiful cup and handle pattern that would have played out. And now you're looking at this potential bull flag to play out, and we'll see if it plays out or breaks to the downside and actually breaks down below the neckline, which was the previous breakout point. So 85,336 Satoshis is what we're looking to hold right now. And we're actually looking for any break. Well, let's see, a true break. So a true break would be a break of this level right here. So 98,793 Satoshis. However, I'd be looking for a break of this bull flag pattern formation and then looking for a measured move target of 107,387 Satoshis. Alrighty, sounds good. So hedging into XRP BTC if you are concerned. So if we're going over to Mr. XRP Z18 on BitMEX, what did we get yesterday? Well, we got this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart because this is starting to get mega cluttered, guys. Sorry, really, really busy here on BitMEX. Yeah, so the XRP Z18 contract, which again, as a quantum swap is fucking crazy, man. So it's always difficult to know what exactly you want to measure because you can see here that this is actually following along with XRP USD price a little bit. So generally the best way to wait this out, I know it's kind of a pain in the ass, but if you do XRP BTC plus XRP USD, you can actually get a little bit clearer values. But again, we're just going to chart. That's why I say looking at spot price can give you good direction, especially on XBT and Ethereum. But some of these others, man, some of these others are a little bit more crazy. As we can see here, that Ripple is kind of divergent in its BitMEX price from everything. So we've got this little Crit Shot. Thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Highly appreciate it. And let's see here. So we're going to continue with our look. See, actually, XRP Z18 on BitMEX actually looks like a short here, guys. We've got rejection from the daily POC right here and from our overwhelming POC. We've actually got this pattern formation forming out. Looks like we broke down out of it and came back up to test it. And it looks like we're actually going to reject from it right now. So we're looking to fall back down to potential lower order block areas like this bad boy right here. We actually have a little bit of volume. And then below that, it's kind of Wick City. So we'll be looking to take maybe speculative longs at these points of controls that haven't been touched yet. So obviously right here would be a good one. Right here where you see a little baby volume cluster and you get significant rejection. Yeah, XRP Z18 actually kind of looks like a short. But again, maybe it's just best to be out of the position. Why? Because XRP BTC looks bullish and XRP USD looks bearish as AF. Bcash ABC, man, look at that volume spike right there on the 4-hour chart, coming back down to test that descending trend line, guys. So now I've been shorting, I've been shorting BCH Z18 into the goddamn dumpster, man. Look right there. Yeah, where did I put out that signal last night? So yeah, we broke down below this. This was I put out the last signal last night. So we broke down below this support level that I had. Why is it a support level? Because if we scroll back and look gander here, see you guys. Sorry, I watched a couple Westerns the other night, so I got that stuck in my head, guys. I'm fascinated with Westerns, man. I was really born in the wrong time frame, but I don't know, man. I'd probably get my ass wrecked back then, dude. So look, you see a little baby volume cluster right here, and also significantly, this is where the candle body close is. This is where we get strong rejection from. And we break down from that. So I charted that as a, you know, and these dotted lines, these lines are starting to annoy me, guys. I'm going back to the standard, guys. Back to the standard. All right, moving on. Come on. Give me current price. Auto, sorry. Just cheat. There we go. Yeah, we broke down below that last night. When I saw that, I was like, short it to the ground, man. I put out targets of what, 325, 320, and 315. Smashed through all those guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's like 25% even at 5x leverage. So, looking really good. Now, yep, and I charted this little box out right before the thing, right before the show, and this would have been a prime area to enter into a long. We come right back up into that, and boom, right back down, guys. So, developing point of control is a little bit underneath us right now, so we'll see if we can actually get a little bit more of a significant bounce right now. So maybe that short's already played out, and the reason why is because I was just looking at this, and I see this volume come in, and I see price testing this. So, this might actually be an area where we could see potentially, maybe, possibly, could be a little bounce out of BCH ABC, which would mean a bounce in BCH Z18 because that is what is prompting it. Now, if we go over to BCH SV, yeah, BCH SV actually popped off, guys. Popped off. And I had talked about this. I had this charted out, guys. So here we go. Beautiful, awesome, sweet. Thank you, gorgeous. Here's BCH SV. I had said right here at 205.079 that if this baby pops, you're gonna have a gap. You're gonna have a gap range trade to 0.027. So a very beautiful movement of 8.26%. Now we actually did end up going higher, actually to almost to my higher target up here of this previous distribution level of 0.30, and we kind of you can see here where we're starting to get resistance here, right from this previous distribution area and this range right here up to this upper level of resistance, and then fell back down. We're not able to close the 4-hour chart above TDST resistance, so I don't think this is actually news of continued upgrowth. I think this is just a pump to test resistance and then pull back, but we'll see. We'll see. So I was asleep. Sucks for life. So I wasn't able to take this trade because I don't do automated trading, guys. I do everything by hand. I do everything manually. So, but you can see the nice significant breakout right there. So if we take swing low to swing high and measure this movement out, looking for potentially a retracement here. Why is that messed up? Why am I not getting my beautiful 0.5 like I want? Okay. So common retrace 382 to 618 right here. So 0.026 to 0.2485. That'll be a retest of resistance as support right here. Actually, a retest of resistance as support would be either a retest right here of the 382 at 0.026 or a retest of that 0.24885, that 618 Fibonacci retracement. So anywhere in that area could look for a speculative reentry into SV, but I definitely would be taking profits right now if you would have entered anywhere in this consolidation area. Big ass spike in volume, and I don't see the massive spike in selling volume right here. So you would also be slightly justified if you wanted to go ahead and enter now, although I don't know, it's not really the thing I like to do. Cryptocurrency moves so volatilely, things often pump and they come back down. So are we going to be seeing a sustained pump on SV? I don't know. Keep your eye on it. Upside targets, if we are going to hit again, are going to be again, we're going to see a retest of that 0.03. We're going to see a little bit of a consolidation range between 0.0322 and 0.0318, and then ultimately an upside target of our all-time high of 0.034, and then we'll really see what happens when we get up to that area, guys, because that's where we reversed from previously. So, can we get up there? I don't know. Maybe. Could be. Could this be a potential cup and handle pattern, and we're waiting for a pullback? Well, we could see that too. But that's going to congruent. So if you were doing that, and then the optimum entry is pretty much right now, you want to look for that median line between the 236 and the 382 with your stop loss below the 0.5, which is frustrating, as I've always talked about with cup and handle patterns, because the 618 is also an area where you're looking to enter as well. Between the 618 and the 786 is the area where you're looking to enter as well. So I'd be keeping my eye, for me particularly, I think the interesting area here is probably going to be anywhere between the 0.5 and the 618 here, 0.02589, 0.024919 for Bitcoin Cash SV. Look for that potential handle to form, or maybe just dollar cost average in on the way down and have your stop loss set maybe a little bit below that 618, because if this actually plays out, it would just be a wick down below there and not significant movement down below that area. That would invalidate your theory here. And then, yeah, look for that to play to the upside, because that would be, if that plays to the upside, then you're looking at a measured move of about 23% to the upside. And that, if you measure it from your handle, so let's say we pop here, so that's another 23% to the upside, so that'd be a great trade at that area. It would only put you right back here in the range area, or if you actually break above the neckline, looking for that 23% to carry you right there to my upward target of 0.034. So Bitcoin Cash SV, potential trade on the books, guys. So we've been doing this for about an hour, and we are going to go for another hour, guys. So I need to take a quick break. Guys, need to get me some water, and then I will be right back, guys. So do not go anywhere. We're going to continue this when we get back, guys. Get your requests out. If there's alts you want us to look at, if there's a position you want us to look at, we will take a look at that, and we will talk about some fun stuff and do some chat engagement, guys. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back, baby. Bam! right, guys, we're back. All right, we rooted out the non-believers. We lost 30 YouTube viewers. That's all right. Shun the non-believers. Liquidate them. Shun. Guys, thanks for sticking with me. The true, the few, the proud, the cracking crypto. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the chat. I know I've been ignoring you beautiful people for about an hour. I am sorry, guys. All right. Joey V, what's going on, brother? Good to see you here this morning. Russell Dickey, what's going on, Crypto Nation? Christian Debick, how is Croatia doing this morning? Texas Blues, thanks for joining us again. Short squeeze incoming on XBT. Well, we'll keep our eye on it. I don't necessarily think that is going to happen. This looks more like a legitimate breakdown to me. But again, as I said, let's go down to the 4-hour chart here on beautiful Mr. BitMexico. I don't know, yeah. This is an area where we could get a potential bounce from, but it does kind of look like a breakdown rejection for me, and I'm just seeing all that, all this really strong volume right here, and then again picked up. I'm expecting this hammer candle to probably get smashed into oblivion, as it probably deserves. And I promise, guys, I'm going to fix the resizing of my screen probably later on today, because I know this is probably a pain in the butt to look at. Everything looks kind of scrunched looking at it from where I'm looking. So I apologize for that. I will fix OBS. I'll play around with it a little bit later and get it better. But I'm good at TA, not so good at the Streamlabs. Yeah. Now, where would we see a short squeeze? Well, we would probably see a short squeeze play out if we actually are able to close our next 4-hour candle or a 4-hour candle probably above here, back in this area. Again, the area that I think would probably be of the keyest interest for me is this area that I plotted out for support last night, which is about 36.71. Excuse me. I think if we start getting above that, man, excuse me, that's that eggs and sausage. Then we are probably going to see a short squeeze moving back up to the previous order block, or at least a retest of this descending trend line. But you've got that looming descending trend line, and I know everybody's kind of looking at that for an area to short, as I am as well. So again, yeah, probably a little bounce here is expected. We'll see how this hammer candle plays out over the course of the day. We'll see if it gets smashed into oblivion, see what the volume does. If we do see a nice little uptick here in volume, again, I'll be keeping my eye on that 36.71 area. But again, I actually, if I'm being honest, I think that short squeeze would be short-lived because you're going to have a ton of people enter on a retest of that descending trend line, as they've done here, and here. So it's probably going to happen here as well. Let's see here. Joey V says, all I know is that I will buy at least one whole Bitcoin soon. Hell yeah, man. That's the goddamn dream. That was the dream back in January 2018, and it's coming true right now, guys. Santa, listen to us. Ben Joseph, how are we doing this morning? Thank you for joining us, man. Let's see here. Hey, Hayden, thanks for joining us this morning, man. You have been AWOL, unless I've been missing you, man. I miss you in the live chat. I apologize that I haven't been in there so much in the voice chat, but I've been busy, man. Sorry, I've been busy. Behind the members section has just been popping lately, and I've been trying to keep them going. Let's see. Vanch Bajaj, what's up with Bcash SV? Looked at it, brother. MT Coiner, what's going on, man? Real Stogger Roach, haven't seen you for a few days. What's going on, man? Caribbean Crypto Show, how are we doing? Hodl Crypto, again, shout out to you, brother. Thanks for joining the member section. I know some traders are looking at a descending wedge pattern playing out on the 1-hour chart. Is this probable in your opinion? Yeah. I've seen, let me see here. What's their names? They do a little bit here on Twitch. I can't think of their names right off the top of my head. Yeah, they were talking about this, this kind of descending wedge pattern formation here, and that it kind of looks bullish. Kind of does, a little bit. But again, I would have to see a break of this for that to play out. This wouldn't be bullish in my eyes until we get again, the descending wedge is just a pattern until it plays out. So if you're taking the breakout, now again, if we're able to close strongly above this order block right now, this order block right here, so like above 3,800, if we're able to close strongly above that, okay, then I would potentially look at maybe that wedge playing out. You don't have to go to the 1-hour chart to see it. You can see it on the 4-hour chart. You can see it on the 4-hour chart right here. But yeah, if you're honest about how you're charting that right there, from full candle body closes, it looks like you have a fake breakdown, a wick up to retest, and then a legitimate breakdown, and then a pullback to kind of pretty much retest. It doesn't make it all the way. So that's your retracement retest. So that actually looks like rejection. So this does not become bullish until we actually break above this descending trend line right here. So again, that's about that $3,800 area, getting back above this order block and actually a break of that. But this to me actually looks like a breakdown. So taking the measured move of that bad boy right there is going to give you that's $297. So if we seem to have broken out right here. So $297. $297 put you about $33.92. Guess what that's congruent with, guys? $33.50, guys. $33.50. I don't draw charts on the line for absolutely no reason, guys. $33.50 downside potential right there, especially if this order block right here at 3,500 breaks, looking at $33.50. So good potential short incoming down to $33.50. So I'll actually go ahead and put that line on the chart. Where did I say? I'll put $33.50 on the chart right here, and I'll give it some wiggle room. So $33.50 to, what was that measured move? What was that measured move, buddy? $33.50. Let's just do candle bodies here. 739%. So breakdown here. 739%. Let's say, so that's giving us about 3412. I'm expecting a wick down to at least 3,400. So let's just call it 3,400 to 3,350. Short-term targets based on that pattern. All right, and we'll look for a little bit of potential consolidation in that area. We'll see if we get an order block. All right. T. Clapson, thanks for joining us this morning, man. Crypto Kirby claiming he wins every trade. Yeah, that dude's a dumb fuck. Jay Constant, glad you could join us this morning. Eric Cartman, man. Eric Cartman, guys. Eric Cartman in here. Now, again, I don't have anything against you, Mr. Cartman. I love your appearances on South Park. I really like your attempts to take over the world, but I'm going to disagree with you on saying, I mean, you know, that's fine. Like, you know, you can believe in Crypto Kirby. That's fine. You can have any guru, mentor, master trader that you want to follow. That's absolutely fine. That's okay. That's fine. But Kirby said the return to the mean is eventually $5. No, I don't. No. Let's see here. Gamma GG. I don't know. There are some coins that if Bitcoin fall right now below 3,000, they are done. Almost value of 0 USD. This range must hang on for a while with a big spike upwards. Yes. Well, we're going to see a purge of altcoins regardless of what Bitcoin does. So, Eric Cartman, I guess what I don't understand is that if you really believe that Bitcoin's going to return to those low levels, that will pretty much be the death of Bitcoin. So, is your argument that Bitcoin is not going to last? I'm going to need you to qualify that with a massive interest in institutional trading that's going on, or excuse me, institutional accumulation that's going on. You look at what Grayscale has been doing. You look at all these institutions that are accumulating Bitcoin at these prices. That's OTC trading. So they're actually buying. They're putting their money into Bitcoin at these prices. Why the fuck would they do that if they're just going, why would they have physical holding? Again, that's extreme hedging. That's extreme hedging to short all the way down to $5. Don't believe that, man. Don't believe it. Mr. Coin. Buy now, they are pushing it soon. Yeah, just got confirmation. My source is a billionaire. That's why, right on. How long was the last BTC crash bear market? Like 287 days, I think. I think I just threw family friendly out the window again. I apologize, man. I apologize. $7.5 million USDT on Binance, waiting for $3,100 price point. Yeah, Brandon Murray, here's the thing though, brother. Bitcoin price is going to be significantly spoofed. So that 7.5 million is just going to move down if price actually gets toward those areas. And we'll see where it actually starts to get eaten up. So that's why I'm kind of kind of skeptical about using what I like to use for altcoins, which is historical market depth ratio, and I'm looking for good trades. I'm skeptical about using that on Bitcoin because it is highly spoofed. I will fuck shorts on 3K. Hey, man, right on. Where should I buy from when I enter any recommendations? Man. Look, again, I'll go on record, guys. Seems like that hammer candle's getting raped right now. I think that buying Bitcoin to hold is pretty good at any price. I think that we're going to look back in the future, and again, guys, it's so difficult if you're not really trading this rapidly. But if you're just looking to hold on the BTC, I think that anywhere around this price level, even if we drop down to 2,900, even if we drop down to lower twos, you're going to look back in time and be like, man, I got BTC when it was around 3K, man. You're gonna be pretty happy with yourself, but you just gotta understand the fact that if you do that, you're probably gonna suffer some drawdown, guys. You're gonna suffer some drawdown. This is how it's always been with BTC. Price goes down significantly, and then it goes up significantly, and then it goes down significantly. Man. Ray, thanks for joining us, man. Never too late. I wonder if there will ever be another bull run. Absolutely there will, my good friend. Don't lose faith. My charting shows bots around December 18th. Any confirmation? There's been bots the whole time, my good friend. But remember, what was I going to say? Remember who programs the bots. It's human beings. So I think that people are like, oh, the market's run by bots and algos. Kind of, yeah, but who programs those bots and algos? Humans. Fallible humans. Let's see here. Daddy Day Trade says, hey, can someone remind me what those horizontal volume bars are called again? That's volume profile, my good friend. Miss XRP, hey, cracking crypto. When BTC was 6,000 to 7,000, XRP hit 0.24. Now BTC is 3K. I thought XRP would be under 20 cents USD. Why is XRP still 32 cents while BTC is 3K? So let's see. Let me try and break this down. Well, actually, we see that XRP USD price is going down right now. And XRP BTC price is going up right now. So actually XRP USD is pretty much going to move with the market, and we have market cap actually falling down. So XRP USD is actually looking pretty dangerous as we charted out right over here. Let's go take a look at XRP USD on where are you? Why are you playing with my emotions? Here we go. Yeah, so XRP USD actually has been on the decline. This is the daily chart. So actually, we had this nice little pump up back on the 20th of September, but a lot of things were pumping back then. And then we have this nice decline pretty much since November. So XRP USD value has followed the entire market down. There hasn't been a lot of differentiation there. XRP has not been immune from the purge of the market cap. XRP BTC, on the other hand, whoops. XRP BTC, on the other hand, does go up when Bitcoin goes down. So we can see Bitcoin starts to go down around November, and XRP BTC value spikes, and we've had a little bit of consolidation in BTC USD value. So price is positive, what seems to me like a bull flag, and now we have this ascending trend line. This actually looks pretty bullish to me, looking for the break to the upside. We already talked about that measured movement up to 107,387 Satoshi. So if you want to hedge your BTC value, not your fiat value, but your BTC value, I talked about this earlier in the show, you can buy some XRP for BTC and just look to increase your BTC holdings. But yeah. Wise man, take a glance at Wabi. I will look at that. Daniel Clerk's major lag on the stream. Not for me. Sorry if you're getting that, man. Hopefully I'm not getting throttled too bad. We'll take a look at Wabi. Wabi. Dun, 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 dun. Let's look at the daily chart. I haven't charted Wabi. Turn off that ridiculous auto. All right, so let's look for some significant points right here. Well, on the daily chart, okay. That level's fairly important right there. Yep, acted as support, now turned into resistance. Unable to break above it. And you've put in a little bit of support right here. And you seem to have this ascending. Got this ascending pattern formation that I fear you've fallen out of, though. So you did have... see here. So you did have this nice give or take. I'm not really sure I agree with that, but I'll take that. That looks decent enough. You did have this nice ascending channel that you were trading in, and then you just absolutely broke down from that. So if you're being honest, if you're being real about the trend lines that you've posited in here, which again typically gets you wrecked. So let's stop looking at this parallel channel and let's just look at the trend lines right here. Okay, we're going to assume that's a fake breakout. So you do got a bit of a broadening wedge, which is typically bearish. Broadening bottom, as they're often called. Pretty much the same as a broadening top. There's a couple different variations on the pattern, but so depending on how you look at this could either be bullish or bearish because you do have a little bit of a breakdown. You fall into, you establish this ascending trend line as support. You have a fake breakdown below it, and you pull up and you look to hold it. So looking at diagonal support and resistance here, looks like you're going to hold it. Now this could actually, now we could actually draw that somewhat. Let's see if we can actually get a Fibonacci channel in here now. Something like that. So you did pull back to that 618 to retest it. Actually, we've got to flip that. All right, so I don't like that. So you did come back and test it. So you're going to see if this baby holds right here, and if you're going to get another bit of a breakdown, or if this is actually going to hold. Now, typically, again, a broadening bottom is actually fairly bearish. Another way that you could look at this is that you had this... is that you were putting in support right here, you were establishing a channel, it broke, so then you formed a new channel right here, it broke down to the downside. So one way you could look at this is typically a bear flag right here. Doesn't really look like one to me. It seems like if it was a bear flag, it's a little bit too extended of a bear flag right here. Typically you see a bear flag not retrace that entire extension, but sometimes it can, especially if you measure from the down to the bottom here. So yeah, you see you pulled back to that 618 beautifully right there. Measured move, or excuse me, not measured move, but common Fibonacci retrace from the swing high to the swing low right there. Pulled back to that 618, and now we're just kind of consolidating in between that 618 and the 382. I'm gonna see if that baby holds. So I'd keep my eye on this level right here. Now on the 4-hour chart, you do have TDST support right here at 3046. I think that's going to be your pretty much last area to know that. That this is not going to continue on to its uptrend, and you've got TDST resistance here at 46.45. You're also going to need to get a confirmed breakout of either that or this level right here to let you know that you're actually going to have a breakout of this pattern to the upside, which again, although it's generally bearish, it can break to the upside. So I was actually going to draw a horizontal line right here to mark the top part of this broadening bottom, but you do have this double support line right here. Double support line right here that is going to act as resistance. And as you can see, price has not been able to make above it, has not been able to make it above this horizontal line at about 50.96 until, it hasn't been able to make it above it ever since we broke down below it. Has acted as strong resistance. We get that double top right there, very bearish sign, and we get that pullback right there. So Are we going to get a double bottom? I don't know. We could get a double bottom if price does go back down here to 3057, 3057 Satoshis, but that would be an invalidation of your trend line right here, although we do get it invalidated here as well. So looks like a fake breakdown. We get a nice little bit of a rally. So looking at the 4-hour chart, what do we see here? TD sequential telling us potential short on the table, although I'll wait and see, guys. So this is what I would wait and watch for. I would wait and see if this trend line holds up, because this trend line has been respected 1, 2, 3, now 4. We'll see if it respects it a 5th time. The 4th was a fake breakout. Same over here. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th, we get a fake breakout. 7, 8, 9 touches on the upside. So this is a very valid channel that we're moving along in. So we'll see if this channel holds. If this channel holds, then if we do actually get a turnaround right here and we get some bullish volume, because as you see, volume is dropping, so we are expecting to get some kind of movement out of this. Then I would look for either that channel to hold, or for the very least to look for potentially a double bottom around that 30, where did I say, 3075? Yeah, around 3070 area. Look for that double bottom potential to reverse you back up. Now, if you do get, here's the thing, if you reject right here from the trend line, as you've done previously, then you're looking for a potential target of up here to TDST resistance, 4653, or at the very minimum up here to retest resistance at 4159. So those are areas I'd be looking for. So you've got TDST resistance up here. And you've also got your local resistance right here. I'll split the baby on those two. So 41, 43, 46, 69, let's just call it 46, 70. And if those break through, then again, the last target that you're going to be looking at is this horizontal line that's kept you down for a long time, about at 50.96. So give a little bit of wiggle room to those areas, but you've got a potential trade on the table. This does look like not a horrible place to take a position right here. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart and see if we can get a little bit more clearance from this. See if we can get some cleaner patterns. I mean, there's a lot of subjective ways to draw this, man. This actually looks like a broadening bottom to me as well, which typically is bearish. And you see the same thing. So I've tried to draw the ascending trend line less subjectively. What do you get? You get a breakdown of it. You get a fake breakout back up into the channel. You pull back. You pull up to retest it as rejection. So that actually looks bearish to me too on the 4-hour chart. So we'll see if this longer trend line holds. You do posit in a little bit of a hammer candle right here, but it's a breakdown below TDST support on the 4-hour chart as well, which is typically bearish. You're looking at completing a 9 count to the downside. And this bullish volume just got absolutely wrecked. So again, we talked about the areas to keep your eye on. Look for this potential trend line to hold. And then on the daily chart, if that doesn't hold, then you're looking at a potential double bottom down here at 3050. Let's turn on volume profile. Yeah, because there's you're entering into a LVN, guys. You're entering into a LVN, and there's really nothing here until you get to this order block area from 3175 to 3315. So if this breaks, potentially right here, if that doesn't break, then the last area that you're really looking to hold on to is that double bottom around 3050. I said 3075 previously, I think. So yeah, that's pretty wide margin. Again, I apologize. So let's, because I'm looking at the daily chart, so let's actually pause it in a horizontal line here. Okay, let's just call it actually 3027. I apologize, my bad. 3027. And now if this does hold, then again, you're looking at your upside targets of 4155, 4684, and then 5096. Downside potential looking at falling back into this order block accumulation area, and if that doesn't work, a potential double bottom trade. If that doesn't work, I'd be out of this baby until some clearer signs formulate themselves. All right, man. Do I think shorting ETH against BTC is a good idea right now? Yes, I do. Anyway, I can look at Neo, please? Yeah, sure, not a problem. Hey, Sally. Thanks for joining us, man. Wie geht es Ihnen, meinen Freund? XLM, please. We'll look at what did that dude wanted me to look at? I feel like I forgot something. Okay, I looked at Wabi, shorting ETH. Yep, we'll look at XLM. Yeah, XLM I took a trade on yesterday and got stopped out on it, and now I'm actually looking at probably re-entering it because we are coming up on my buy zone. Yeah. So here's stellar lumens on the daily chart, and you can see that we've got this channel that we've been trading in with very few variations. We do posit this head and shoulders pattern when we do break up to the upside, and that head and shoulders pattern played out to a T, actually all the way back down to the bottom of the channel, down 23% to the bottom of the channel, actually. And now we're coming, we've broken, you can see we broke down here through the 50% line. We came up to retest it, got rejection from it, and now we're coming up on that ascending trend line as well. That is held fairly close. Now, the problem with this is that again, I draw my trend lines subjectively. Again, they're not, there's no standard rules, guys. If you're trying to draw trend lines, I think, like maybe with Bitcoin potentially, but on BitMEX, no, I really don't think so. But drawing trend lines with hard and fast rules instead of the line of best fit is more than not often going to get you wick, because look at these goddamn wicks, dude. Wick City, dude. Jeez. So yeah, XLM actually looking like a good potential buy for me right now. Looking for that potential double bottom. So really, you know, the problem with me is that with altcoins, I hate speculative entries, and I don't like drawdown. I like to get in and get out of trades quickly. So I'll probably wait for some reversal sign for some good positive momentum to come in here. But really, I mean, the buy area is 3303 to 3444 really right here. Again, that's going to be an area of about 4%. And then you've really got your stop loss for me. You've got TDST support right here. So if you're being honest about it, where would you set your stop? Probably down below the lowest wick right here at about 33.27. I think that would probably be the safest place to put it, because otherwise you're looking at falling back down in this lower accumulation area, and I don't feel very safe with doing that. I don't want to suffer that kind of drawdown. But yeah, XLM looks like a good potential right here. And then what are we doing? Well, we're in the channel, man. Every time we've fallen down to the downside, we've got we go up to the upside. So you've got short-term targets, you've got resistance right here, which was previous support. You've got resistance right here, right there, buddy. You've got resistance right there. And then you've got resistance at your 50% line, and then really nothing stopping you from entering into this LVN territory right here. Yeah, once you break that 50% line, you pretty much enter into LVN territory, and you're going to be able to take this baby to the upside. Yeah, I think XLM, if it continues the pattern, is going to perform well. Now, what I'm worried about is an absolute breakdown and rejection of this channel formation, which we did see right here. He got faked out before the big pump upwards. But guys, look at this time frame. This is the daily charts. We're gonna have plenty of time, guys, to get in. So I think I'll probably just wait here. I'm not gonna try and catch this knife. I tried to catch it yesterday, it didn't work out for me as well. So I'm just gonna wait for a hammer candle on the daily chart. I will wait for a little bit of sideways consolidation right here, and I'll just wait to see some bullish volume come in, and then I'll be pretty confident at taking this baby up. That's a 30% trade that I'll be more than happy to take on Mixter XLM, or to the very least, about a 13% trade up to the 50% line where we had previous rejection. So, or at least these previous areas that I'll probably be averaging out of my position on the way up. Probably only, by the time we get up here, if we do get up here, I'll probably only have about 10% of my position left. Yeah, a lot of buying on XBT, but price is still going down, man. Why is there such a big difference in price between XBT, Z18, XBT, and USD BTC? Well, XBT Z18 is going to be the futures, actually contracts settled in December or March. And so it's always going to be a lower price because it's less of a risk. It's a lower risk gamble. That's basically the it's basically the BitMEX platform giving you an option to make a bet on whether price is going to be higher or lower. The perpetual swap is a little bit different. What's the difference? Well, because there's always going to be a little bit of variation between market price. So what you're going to see on futures trading platforms and what you're going to see on spot price. There's always going to be variation. It doesn't matter really what market you look at. But why is there such a huge difference between like the USD BTC markets? Because of liquidity, man. Because of liquidity. XRP Crypto Gamer says XRP is the new standard. Maybe. Joey V, thank you, man. Jay Constant asks, is that moonshine? Yes, it is. It's a bullish drink. Shorts nearing all-time high, short squeeze incoming. Yeah, here's the thing, man. I looked at, let's go take a look at shorts. So shorts actually also entering into this broadening top pattern right here. And yeah, they've got a little bit of resistance to get over at 38,682. I was looking at this earlier, looking at my shorts. You do have a little bit of, this is the 4-hour chart, so you actually do have a little bit of bearish divergence on the Fisher transform right here, and you also have a little bit of bearish divergence on the MACD histogram as well, just to bring it to you true basic style. So yeah, I don't know. Shorts do look a little bit overextended, but we've also got a little bit more room to grow. We've got more room to go, man. This can break out. We could see a breakout of the shorts here. If we go take a look at the longs, buddy, longs do actually look a little bullish. We've got this symmetrical triangle forming and looking like we might get a breakout, guys. So, but until then, I look at price action. I try to take all this with a grain of salt because this could break down just as easily and go to the downside. Again, a symmetrical pattern is a neutral pattern. It could easily break to the downside or the upside. So again, I would be needing to see on the longs right here, at least a break of the line, at least a break of the recent high and a break of this descending trend line that we've got posited out right here. If we tighten this down right there, that looks a little bit cleaner to me. Looks like we might actually be going for it right now, but I'm not going to believe that it's not a fake out until we actually can get above 28,761 longs. Then we might potentially see a breakout looking at resistance targets up here. So yeah, we've got room to grow. Definitely got room to grow right now for the longs if we do see this breakout. But I think that lately, looking at price action, they've been getting slammed down. So is price being suppressed so that longs can enter it at a more opportunistic price? Could be potentially, maybe, I don't know. Again, I've kind of got the way that I feel about it. If we break down below this area again, you could potentially take a knife catching long, but I'm going to be more comfortable in a short. Also looking at coming up and entering a short either at the secondary rejection of this descending trend line or the secondary or the tertiary rejection of this descending trend line right here, that falling wedge pattern, because it did break to the downside, did not break to the upside. So things not looking incredibly bullish, man. Things not looking incredibly bullish. And yeah, shorts can just go higher, man. In a bear market, shorts can just go higher. Yeah, and it looks like it actually looks like they have the potential to break out. We have that broadening top pattern. Now, generally, again, that is bearish, but right now they're at the top and looking for potential breakout. Now, if shorts do break out here to 38,682, so really soon here, man, if shorts do break out here to the upside, then we're going to see, and we'll see if actually longs try to break out to the upside, and we'll see if they just get rejected here. So I'll be keeping my eye on that, but I got to take everything with a grain of salt, man, and everything looks pretty goddamn bullish to me. Or excuse me, everything looks pretty bearish, man. De Leon, what up, man? Texas Blues says double bottom support and shorts near all-time highs. Exchanges aren't going to let so many shorts profit. Well, the exchanges don't really care, man. Yeah, could this be a double bottom? Yes, it could be, but it's also kind of looking like an exhausted supply zone. So yes, I do think we might get a little bit of a play here, a little bit of a bounce. I agree with you there. It does look like an area where that is likely to happen, and generally the buy zone that I had right here, Wick City, is generally where you want to pick up. So I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not going to take a speculative nice catch long trade. I'm going to take a breakout trade if we do break this descending trend line. Otherwise, I'm just going to look to re-enter into a short if we actually do pop up back up here. So. I think that I don't think it's going to happen, man. How much more loss can altcoins take before people really start buying heavy? A lot more, because there's no faith in altcoins right now. The only people that are buying altcoins are really speculative investors. Ethereum and XRP shorts are pretty high too. Yeah, guys, but listen, you have to understand, like, we're in a bear market. The overlying trend is bearish. Shorts are naturally going to be higher, and so there's no overbought or oversold on shorts. When you're in consolidation or range bound, yes, that is very applicable, and that's how I trade. I've gone on and on about how that's how I trade. But when the overlying trend is extremely bearish, shorts can just get higher, man. RSI can continue to get more oversold. Mixie80 says, hi, who's long on BTC? Not anymore, man. Not until we break up here. I was able to catch that last night, but I think most of the guys got probably wicked out. Again, I don't use hard stops, but I had my mental stop set right here, but I was sleeping, so whatever. NBEV is green in the market bloodbath. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, man. Danke de Nachtrage, sehr gut. That's good to hear, man. Let's see here. Jay Constant says, looking at the top 100 alts from 2016, which one do you recognize? Yeah, exactly, man. Ethereum buy zone. I don't think so, my friend. I don't think so. Nope, I don't see it. That looks like, look at that high volume right there. That is breakdown. That is breakdown to me. Not oversold, that's breakdown. You guys should probably be pretty short on Ethereum right now, guys. If you can handle that verbally, you'll be very profitable in trading crypto, man. Mile High Freedom, thanks for the hard work saving people from themselves. I'd love to see if you could look at Neo with ETH. Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody asked me to look at Neo, man. I apologize. With ETH taking a dump, Neo might be the new ETH. Oh, well, let's take a look at Neo. Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Let's look at USDT. So again, looking hairy because we're at an all-time low, so let's just chart out where we've got support. Right there. Right there. That's going to be resistance coming back up. And right here. And now right here, that's actually pretty bad that we broke down from this area. Ay, 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 ay. So if we rule out that little pump, we can see the descending pattern right there. Again, lines of best fit, guys. Had that fake breakout on pretty high volume, but it got smacked right back down. So we had that descending breakout. That would have given us a measured move here of 35% to the downside. So once we broke that support, oh, whoops. Once we broke that support, did we move 35% to the downside? Yep, we sure did. We move 35% to the downside. Hell, we move 54% to the downside here looking at NEO. All right, so TDST is telling you that you could have taken a speculative entry right here on this little baby hammer candle, but it just looks like it's breaking down again, guys, honestly. It looks like you would put in a little bit of support right here. TDST has your stop loss at $5.56. You know what's sad is that, as you guys may know, not a lot of time, but I scan them, right? So I got access to just about every paid group you could want, guys, all of them. And, you know, that's just part of like market research, guys. You know, it's not, I think they pretty much all suck, but man, let me tell you, dude, Golden Premium Signal, Whale Tank, Trading Crypto Guide, probably Coach too, I think. They were all shilling NEO at like, they're like, yeah, man, buy it right here. It's going to pop, dude. Buy NEO at like 11, dude. Buy it. This was like a couple weeks ago. Don't listen to those guys, dude. 9 times out of 10, like, yeah, will you get like a decent signal once in a while? Yeah, potentially. But the problem is you never know, like, are these people, like, they're, you know, again, it has nothing to do, like, don't take this the wrong fucking way, guys. Like, it has nothing to do with group differences. But I'm just saying, a lot of these people are from, a lot of the people that run these groups are from countries that are in economically depressed situations. So it is in their benefit to pool their country's resources and take speculative bets, not speculative bets, but to work the crypto trading as a system. They're not in, they're generally not operating as individuals. They're generally operating as units. So you have them profiting. It's the same thing if you're looking at pump and dumps. You have a small group of individuals that are buying something up or that are in something and they want an opportunity to sell it at a profit. So they will shill their coin to everybody to allow price to come up and allow them to either A, profit off like a pump and dump type scenario, or they're like underwater and they want the price to go up, so they just tell everybody to buy. So like, oh, we're gonna hit these targets, and then they just sell lower than those targets. So be very careful when you're looking at these anonymous signal groups, for example, because yeah, you will get a decent signal once in a while, but the problem is you're just never sure when you're getting fleeced. So yeah, NEO looks like it's breaking down, man. And the problem with this is that, look, you're making new all-time lows. So I have no metrics. Nobody has any metrics. Nobody has any metrics on how low this baby can go. And again, I'm not going to touch NEO. I'm not interested in touching any of these coins. Now, does NEO have a lot of potential? Is there a lot of good things coming out about NEO? Like, yes, but as far as price goes, from an investment standpoint, dude, I am going to patiently wait for there to be some sign that there has been a bullish reversal or to see some signs of capitulation. And that sign for me, again, I'll go on record saying it again, it's a daily close at the minimum above the 21 period moving average. Better. Any close above TDST resistance or a close above the 55-day exponential moving average. That's what I'm looking for here. Yeah, man. And now that price is below, look, the 55 has now crept down below this previous support area that you had. That just means it's going to be much harder for you to actually get back up into that area, because this is the, this is going to be your average price over the last 55 days. And that acts as a trigger for us to know that, generally as the 55 gets down below areas, it just lets us know that that's now going to be a significantly higher period of resistance. Now, we are putting in we are putting in some positive volume right here, a lot of volume right here on this area. It's a breakdown or a breakup. It could be oversold volume. We could be seeing the turnaround. It could be right around the corner, man, but it's just too goddamn risky, dude. And you know what? We've just lost too much goddamn money on altcoins right now, guys. Quit trying to, again, this is not to the person that just asked me to look at this. So I don't think that I'm trying to harangue you, because I understand, like, I've been there, dude. But this is just a public service announcement to everybody out there that's in the cryptocurrency space. Like, stop trying to buy the bottom. It's a bear market. The bottom gets lower and lower, guys. So it's okay to take like stabs and speculative stabs. And it's okay if you have the mindset that you're dollar cost averaging in and that you're comfortable with this coin going down. But even when you do that, man, you can't just throw risk management to the wayside. There has to be a point at which you say that too much is enough. I've lost too much money. You know, I'm tired of buying while there's blood in the streets. And I think that with altcoins, I would rather see a confirmed, I would rather pay the premium at this point in time. I would rather see some confirmation of either A, capitulation, or B, an actual reversal to a bullish trend. So yeah, is $2 deal crazy? No, absolutely not. I mean, you've established support for a while. You broke down below it. Seem like you've established support, and it looks like you're breaking down below it, right there. So yeah, NEO does not look super fun, fantastic, awesome, fun time for me, guys. Sorry about that, man. So we'll see. We'll talk if we get over $7.20 and we come back up into this this range right here. Then we'll maybe be able to talk. We'll look for a break up to like $9 is really what we got to get over now before I'm even interested. And then maybe we could take the trade from $9 to $12, which would be a profitable trade, but I'm not seeing anything right now. If you want to trade this out, the daily chart, TDST has your stop at $5. And let's actually put that where it's supposed to be. Sorry. About $5.50. TDST has your stop right there, and we'll see if that plays out. Yeah, that seems about right. NEO dumped when Bitcoin, or when China did, you know, what you're talking about. Yeah, it seems about right. Right about there. 14th, the middle of November. Yeah, it seems about right. Any price targets for BTC? Yep. So right now for BTC, looking at the Bitstamp price, I'm going to see what happens when we get to 35.40, 35.03. That's about a $50 range, about a $40 range. See if we do actually get a little bit of a bounce from that area, if we're actually going to get a bounce off of it right now. Looking at rejection probably from this area, or again from this downsloping resistance line that we've seen for a little bit. There's our downsloping resistance. So not positive or bullish on BTC whatsoever. Again, I do think that's most likely that we do probably get a little bit of a bounce back up here, maybe potentially to this order block area. So from 37.07 to 36.53. And let me actually transform that into the order block that it deserves. Okay. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. Now, I'll change my mind if we actually get above, let's say, 3,800 here. If we do actually break above this level and get back up into this order block area, then I'll be like, okay, well, maybe we are actually going to have a supply bottom, and we'll see if we can get a movement like this. Then I'll be looking for potentially that trade at least to this order block at 39.22, 39.89, and potentially a retest of this descending trend line, which is, I guess, probably right now, if we hit it, to be about 40.50. So that's the upside potential. Do I think it's going to happen? No, probably not. I think we're probably going to bounce up here to this descending trend line, about 3,700, maybe, give or take. And then I think we're probably going down to, next target is 33.50, guys. Next target is 33.50. Long-term target, 2,900. NEO exit scamming? Potentially, yeah. Am I short Ethereum presently? I am not, because I'm live streaming, but I think that's probably the safe trade. Yeah, you definitely want to be short Ethereum right now. Not seeing any signs of a bounce. We do have potentially, again, I just drew this, if this is the bottom, if we do get a little bounce off that area. If we do bounce right here from Ethereum, look to re-enter into a short here at about, okay, so this is Ethereum Bitcoin, and this is what we're going to chart for over there, because it's a Quanto swap. So this is actually breaking down. It's throwing itself off a cliff. Potentially maybe a little bit baby bounce up here to retest this this as resistance, and then back down into this next order block area. So to put that into terms of, let's update the chart. put that in dollar terms for you. Yeah, to put that in dollar terms for you, we've got resistor or support that we just, let's move that up. Oh shoot, actually no, that's historical. Support at 101.70. So let's just say $101. Broke down through that, coming into this order block area from $95 to $87. Probably enter into a little bit of consolidation around that area. And if that doesn't hold, then we're going down to $50. So yeah, I think having staying in a short on Ethereum is absolutely fantastic right now. Don't see any signs whatsoever of capitulation or a trend reversal. Even if we bounce back up, I'll just look to double down on my short. So I'm going to post that out for the members here in a little bit. Wajdi Rach asks, what crypto looks solid? XRP BTC. Looks pretty solid. XLM looks like it could probably be a good trade. Basic attention token. Basic attention token looks like it could hold up pretty well right here. It's been in this long-term area of accumulation and consolidation. However, if we break down below these areas, let's see, I'd probably be looking to let it go until this level right here. And then if that doesn't hold, we've got a few areas that we could bounce off of right here. And again, the last area would probably be right there. So we've got potential buy-in areas, but if we actually break this 55 on the daily chart right here, then again, I'd probably just be looking to dollar cost average back into BAT on the way down, but that's a pretty steep decline, guys. 36%, nothing for an altcoin, guys. Nothing for an altcoin until we get to that double bottom area right there. So, pretty bullish on BAT. BAT, XLM, but you know what, guys? Again, goes back to what I was saying. You don't have to continually try buying the bottom, guys. I think you're just safest being in fiat right now and dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin on the way down, man. Yeah, so here was another one of those. You know, I just like to look at them, guys. So VeChain was called by a signal group this morning, and boom, down it goes. No sustained movements, man. No sustained movements. All you're doing is providing liquidity to people who want to enter. Like they had their targets like what, 135, I think. 135 was their target for entering into VeChain. And all you did was provide liquidity to them shysters to get out on you, man. All right, guys. TRX, the TRX short we're doing in the members group is working out pretty well. Yeah, OMG looks like booty. It's not looking too bad, actually. If we get that double bottom bounce right there. Bitcoin Cash SV overtaking ABC. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier. BTC Plump incoming. Do I prefer American cryptos as opposed to Chinese ones? I don't have any preference, man. I don't have any preference. I think that they can both lead the way. I think that as an American investor, I'm probably more biased in my mind to be able to understand better American cryptos. But also, I think Americans are pretty fucking stupid and Chinese people are pretty smart. So there's that, man. Do I smoke crack? No, not at all, man. Mile High Freedom. Thanks, man. Nothing but love, brother. Thank you so much. Joey V, tell me when to go all in, bro. No problem, man. He's either going down to 20 bucks, not before it goes to 50. Can I imagine an ETH exit scam scenario? The way the initial coins were distributed was kind of shady. Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine an ETH exit scam scenario. Yeah, ETH is a fucking travesty, man. Can you chart the manipulation of BSV? I can't chart the manipulation of it, but I can look at the price. I already did, but I'll look at it again. And then I'll look at salt because we've been trading salt. Okay, now see, this annoys me. There we go. So, okay, I'm going to have to, apparently, TradingView is screwing with me. Yeah, so here's Mr. BCH SV. Let's get out of that auto. Dear good Lord. This isn't the chart that I had for BCH SV. There it is. Okay. I figured it out now. So yeah, we talked about this this gap trade a while ago, guys. So we were in this period of sideways consolidation. We actually did form this cup and handle pattern. The measured movement of the cup and handle pattern played out beautifully. But again, you didn't have to be a genius to know that there was absolutely no volume right here. So once you broke above 0.025, you were going to have a nice gap trade range to 0.027, which you actually hit. You actually went higher, almost hit my... almost hit one of my targets up here, and then we've consolidated. So if you wanted to play this longer term cup and handle pattern out and expecting a movement up here to the 0.0348 level, potentially 0.034 level, then you would be looking to enter right here in between the 236 and the 382 with a stop loss right below the 0.5. But if that trade doesn't play out, then unfortunately, ironically, irrationally, annoyingly, you're looking to enter at the 0.618 around 0.024919. So could SV continue to pump here? Yep, absolutely. Could run up all the way up to 0.034. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If we get a little bit of bullish volume right here, then yeah, potentially yes. You guys are funny. And yeah, I'll take a look at salt real quick. Nope. Nope. I lost my darn chart on salt. Motherfucker. Yeah, man. So salt broke out above the point of control and pulled back. We had entered into this consolidation period and hit our targets on the way up. We have a third target right here that I don't think is going to be hit right now. We'll see what happens. Now we're back at that level of consolidation. I have to redo my chart on salt. Son of a bitch. By the way, guys, watched a good movie the other night. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Something like that. It's a new like parody satire western by the Coen brothers. You guys go check that out. It was pretty good. Had Liam Neeson, James Franco, some other people were in it. It was pretty funny. Let's see here. So yeah, looking here at salt. Well, this support looks like it's wanting to hold right here, and it's your point of control right now. So you could potentially be looking for that return to the point of control was a good trade. The trade I like to take, return to points of control, return to distribution areas. And you'd have your stop loss set probably right down here. Yeah, where price really drops off into LVN territory. And that's just going to save you so that you can actually look to actually accumulate somewhere around here. And probably be out of the trade below that, unfortunately. So yeah, still looking at that. I mean, everybody that I know pretty much is out of salt. Again, they should have maybe 10% of their position left right now and still above the entry position, so that's absolutely fine. Their stops, well, really the way we trade is their stops should have been at take profit 1 and take profit 2 as soon as we reach those areas, so they should be completely out. But yeah, we'll look and see. We did hit 739, so I'd look for a retest of that area, but now we've got new resistance. So you're going to have new resistance now at... Ooh, Revival Tech Repair. Thanks for the follow on Twitch, man. I have no idea who you are. So now we've got some new resistance here at 630 Satoshis, or excuse me, 6,300. And, or is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah. And then we've got new resistance now at about 7,040 Satoshis. So it doesn't look like a bad trade to the upside, especially if you put your stop right here underneath your point of control and probably below your swing low at about 569. So... it's about a 5% drawdown loss if you had entered right here, and you're looking for upside potential of about 15% to return to that point of control because you've got an LVN right here, so price will probably just move through that like butter. More than likely, what we'll see right here is after this big ass move, we'll probably get a little period of sideways consolidation, and this channel will probably become invalidated. But we'll just wait and see. If it is actually a nice little slow climb back up, well, then you've got your upward target there of about 702, 739, and 804. Hey, Crypto E, you watched that Buster Scruggs short story, was the girl who got rattled? Is that the one where they're on the wagon trail? They're going to Oregon, and what is it, Mrs. Abilene or whatever? I can't remember her goddamn name, and she's, that dude likes her. You know, the guy who's Billy Knapp. Yeah, Billy Knapp. Is that I think that's the one. My favorite was probably was Buster Scruggs. I thought that was hilarious. And then the one where... old boy with no arms and no legs gets thrown off the goddamn bridge. Dude, that was fucking rough, dude. That was rough, man. Ethos. Yeah, I know, brother. I know BQX, man. I know my altcoins. So I charted those for potential breakouts at BQX, but those didn't happen. Let's see here. Not getting any bullish divergence here on Mr. BQX. Yeah, double bottom support that broke down and then acted as resistance. That's going to be this baby right here. Yeah, you see that double bottom support off of it? Yeah, we wick down a little bit lower, but it acts as support. Acts right here, and then we break down and it acts as resistance right there. So that's a key level right here. You see the exact same thing here. You get double bottom support, does act as support 3, 4, 5 times, and then it broke through. So that's going to be strong resistance now, my good friend. Right about here. I'm going to call it right there. Yeah, this doesn't look good, man. BQX does not look good. Just seeing increasing breakdown volume. Don't see any sign of capitulation or oversold yet. if this descending trend line is going to be respected, you've got about 6%, 7% more to go down to the downside before you're even expecting a bounce, because you've already violated the 50% mark of this level. Yeah, you've gone beyond your previous Fibonacci extension. And if we try to be generous and say like, okay, so what's a 1.236? 1.382. 1.5. Okay, let's look at those babies right here. Yeah, we're at the 1.236 Fibonacci extension from the previous swing high to the swing low. So that's an area you could keep your eye on. Again, you've got areas around here, 2600, 2527, your 1.618, which is your golden. So in between your 1.5 Dow theory and your 1.618 Fibonacci theory, between 2527 and 2445, I think is going to give you good confluence with its descending trend line, if that's going to hold. You could, if you like, for some potential reason, are like really bullish on BQX right now, like you could begin dollar cost averaging at key areas like 2691, 2600, 2527, and 2445, 2454. Looking for that potential for this channel pattern to hold, but I don't really see any reason for it to. You know, again, I think this channel pattern is probably pretty much bogus because it's not really validated right here. I just drew this to give us some context for what's going on. Yeah, this just looks like breakdown, man, from previous support, dude. And I've got that level right here instead of right here because I just wanted to chart out where the key areas were. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty hairy. Yeah, that breakdown from 2970, that doesn't look good. You know, my general rule for altcoins is just wait for some sign of bullish reversal. All right, guys, it's 1:16, man. We've been on for two hours and 15 minutes, guys. We got to go, man. We can't do this all day. I got to make calls. I got to check on stuff. I got to tell everybody in the member section to short Ethereum. And then there's a couple other calls that I've got stashed away for them as well, guys. A few gems here in this desolate market. Hopefully, maybe. All right, guys. So you guys be great and fantastic. Thank you so much for everybody who's joining me today. So let's talk about the most important thing that you can do with your day today. Just go to your browser and type in cracking cryptocurrency.com, guys. And that is going to bring you to the 5th greatest website on the internet, guys. That's right. That's our website right here. And the first thing you want to do when you get here is click on join the community, that big blue button right there. That's going to bring you to our Discord, guys. Participate in our free signals once to twice a week that we've been kind of slacking on, I'm not going to lie. Participate in the chat, guys. We do some fun giveaways, and it's just a good community, guys, for you guys to throw in there, talk, share your TA, just kind of have a hub, man. We got curated news there. We've got technical analysis. We've got everything you can need, completely free, no charge whatsoever, guys. Just a cool, fun Discord for you guys to hang out in. If you guys want to support the show and keep me on the air, feel free to pick up some Kraken Cryptocurrency merch, guys. Scott worked real hard on this. We do have some new designs, the HODL Bitcoin design. So we have the logo, the HODL Bitcoin, and the HODL design. You guys can pick this up in whatever size you see fit. Now, guys, if you do drink your coffee, hey, Saeed Bilal, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Really appreciate it. If you guys do pick up a HODL mug right here, like the one I just bought, and you drink your coffee out of this, then you will be 80% more attractive to the opposite sex. I have the studies to prove that, guys. Now, I cannot provide them if pushed, but if you are interested in increasing your trading skills or following along with our trading group, you can see what we have to offer under trading services. You can have access for $80 a month. You can have access to our VIP chat room, our VIP day trading voice chat, which is kind of dead, but sometimes it's active. But the VIP chat's pretty active. You get access to all my trade setups. You get access to the resource library, which just went online yesterday, guys. So access to tons and tons and tons of educational material. And you get access to once a week private webinars with me to discuss trade strategies and setups. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email us at contact@crackingcryptocurrency.com or leave a comment in the section down below, as well as any sarcastic remarks, thoughts, questions, concerns, and death threats, guys. We do respond to all of them, although generally when we respond to death threats, we just delete them and report you to the police. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a wonderful, fantastic day. I'm glad I could spend my morning and early afternoon with you fantastic people. Keep coming back, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who's been subscribing, liking, following, commenting. We really appreciate it, man. Joining the Discord. You guys are fantastic, guys. So until then, until next time, until tomorrow, you guys be good and trade safe. Peace out.